Welcome viewers, you must have seen the video. Before going into this video, let me tell you one thing. This is my new English channel. If you like my content, please subscribe, share and comment. Now let's get into the video. According to a statistics, it says that by May end there will be 2 crores of people will be dead because of corona. So when I say 4,000 people dead in China, 1,000 people dead in America because of coronavirus, you are surprised. But you need to understand something. Before 5 months there were 16,000 people were dead in America. It's not because of coronavirus, but it's a different disease. It was called as a flu. It was called as a normal flu. But you need to understand one thing, the symptoms of corona and flu were same. Now the question is, when 4,000 people dead in China, it was announced as a pandemic disease, and when 16,000 people dead in America, why it is been not got even as a news? You need to find out the answer for this. Now for making money, they will kill the people, they will spread virus, and it's a kind of ego with them, like their self ego, which makes the people to die for them. In the meanwhile, there was a scientist from China who was tweeted in Twitter saying that the origin of coronavirus is not from Wuhan, but it's a muted virus which is made by some other countries and it has been spread in Wuhan. And he stated this also in his tweet, saying that he has a doubt that US must have done this against China. When we check the statement of this scientist, we may remember that 2019 October there was a battalion from US militant came to China for the training purpose. The doctor who first found the coronavirus in China, he told the China government saying that there is a virus found in our country which can kill n number of people, so please be alert. And later on this man also dead because of this coronavirus. After that, in couple of days, the whole China was been affected because of this coronavirus, and it spread across the China. It killed n number of people, and it was like that somebody wantedly spreaded this virus across China. You can notice this, some of the major medias from US and other countries call this coronavirus as Wuhan virus. So it's a doubtful calling. You need to check behind that. In the second stage, if you see, it has been spread widely in Iran and Italy. You need to understand the cost reason behind this also. If you see the China's dream project, BRI, the biggest project in the world, the first country which signed this agreement with China was Italy. And if this project is going to happen, China will be the strongest nation in the world. So imagine who doesn't like this. If China become an biggest country, which country will oppose that? So understand that also. Now you should have understand that the next country is Iran. When you take Iran parliamentary members, 30% of people is affected with coronavirus. Now tell me, imagine who wants to bring down Iran government, who tries to put down Iran government down and capture Iran. Who is trying to do that? By now you must have understand which country tries to do all this. In Italy and Iran, we saw in the media that it has killed vast number of people. It is like somebody has wantedly spreaded the virus in Italy and Iran. Now the game changer is like who will find the vaccination for coronavirus. Recently China has announced that we have found the vaccination for coronavirus. Imagine how they have got this medicine. China has used the vaccination called Alpha 2B. This medicine is presented to them by Cuba, the smallest country. The smallest country called Cuba has presented this medicine to China. When you see the medical field or the vaccinations, Cuba was in the first place for the invention. They used to invent many medicines for the world. Cuba, the country, has a policy. Since it is a communist country, they had a policy that they should sell the medicines in lower cost. They invent the medicines, they are ready to supply the world countries in a lower cost, since it is a communist country. And once upon a time, if you imagine, United Nations has praised Cuba for their inventions, and they supply the medicine in lowest cost. Now if you see who is going to affect if Cuba is going to sell the medicine at the lowest cost, the countries like United States and India. These people made the medicine as a business. In these countries, whenever a patient approaches the hospital, they influence the patient with different diseases, and they says that you have to spend this much, and they try to grab the money from the patients. This is what happens in India and United States, but Cuba is very much against that. They supply medicines in lower cost. So now the medical industry in India and United States are very much afraid because Cuba has introduced such medicine. So now you will understand why they have put ban on 121 things across Cuba. You must have understand the reason behind that, why United States has put 121 bans against Cuba. Latest by March, they have announced the latest ban, that is through Western Union. No countries can transfer even 1,000 rupees to Cuba. That is the latest ban which United States has made against Cuba. Long before years, Cuba has announced the world saying that we have found the medicine for cancer. When they announced that, Canada came upfront and they told that give us the medicine, and Cuba supplied the medicines for testing purpose to Canada, and Canada people tested their labs and they found this medicine is success, and they were trying to buy medicines from Cuba, but immediately US interfered and they started blackmailing Canada, saying that if you buy this medicine from Cuba, then we will put all the economical bans against you and your country will be depressed. So that's the reason Canada stopped buying cancer medicines from Cuba. So the medicine which China used to recover their country was invented by Cuba in 1987. Don't be surprised, this is the truth. Now what America did is immediately they also have announced that we have invented the medicine for corona and we are testing on the people. They have published the photographs on the social medias and they want to get the patent right. So imagine like who is behind all these issues, who is the culprit, who spreaded this virus across the world. If you remember 2019, America has announced that we are going to reduce the world population by 2030. Now America has named this coronavirus mission as Agenda 21. So please understand, the person behind the coronavirus is America, and they are trying to spread disease across the people. One fine day they will come with the medicine and say that this is our medicine, but understand that Cuba has found the medicine at 1987, that is alpha 2b. So America is making people fool, and the Indian government who knows all these things, and they are not ready to buy the medicine from Cuba till today, and they are supporting US. If you like my content, please subscribe, share and comment. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Good night.